Bulka Widderberry. That is a greeting in my people's language, the Grang people of Queensland. Hello everyone, I'm Alicia and I'm the founder of Provi, and I'm excited to kick off today's proceedings with an acknowledgement of country. I am both Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, and I'm a descendant from the Grang, Witherthie and Daybell clans of Australia, very much a Queenslander. All of those clans are located in Queensland, including in the Torres Strait Islands, which is a group of islands at the tip of Queensland for those that don't know, and grew up there as well. So I'd like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging for all of the lands on which we gather today to watch the pitch presentations. Hope you all enjoy the pitches.
Kei te mihi tuatahi e te mātua nui o te rangi. Nana nei nā mea katoa. Te whare e tu nei tēnā koe. I ngā maunga, ngā awa, ngā whenua, te moana I takato nei tēnā koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou ngā tangata whenua o tēnei Aotearoa. Tēnei te mihi kia koutou I te tautoko, te kaupapa o tēnei hui. Ka nui te koa me te hare ki te tūtaki I a koutou, ngā mihi, ngā mihi, ngā mihi. Rātou kia rātou te hunga mate, tātou kia tātou te hunga ora. Nō reira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. To our Father above, we pray for your blessing on all of us. To this house that we are in, we thank you. To the mountains, the rivers, and the land, and to the sea, we acknowledge you also. We acknowledge Māori as the traditional stewards of Aotearoa, New Zealand. We acknowledge you. We thank you for welcoming us and for supporting the kaupapa of this conference. We are here with great pleasure and happiness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We acknowledge those who have passed, our ancestors, and we return to greet the living. And so it is. Welcome to you all. Welcome to you all. Welcome to us all.
Hi everyone, I'm Bronte. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm Startmate's Senior Media Associate. Before we officially get tonight's festivities started, I'd like to thank LaunchVic for their support of Startmate and the work they do in growing the entire startup ecosystem. Unlocking capital in early stage startups is an important focus for LaunchVic, and to this end, they've recently established the $10 million Alice Anderson Fund. So, if you're a female founder or an investor looking to invest in women-led startups, find out more at launchvic.org or email investments@launchvic.org. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Charles, Logan, and the Landlord Studio team for graciously hosting our Auckland Demo Day watch party. So with that, I'll hand it over to Lauren. Have a great demo day.
Hello, kia ora, and welcome to Startmate's Summer'22 Accelerator Demo Day. My name is Lauren Kaplan, I'm Principal at Startmate, and on behalf of the whole team, we're so excited to be bringing you Demo Day in real life for the first time in 2 years. So if you're joining us at one of our Sydney, Auckland, or Melbourne in real life events, welcome and hope you have a great night. For those of you joining virtually, of course, we've tried to make this just as special an experience for you. We hope you're tuning in with a watch party amongst friends, or if not, you can be joining our community watch party through the Gather Town link, which you can find below the stream. So for all of you tuning in at home, thank you so much for showing up and showing your support for the Summer'22 Accelerator cohort. We are in for a treat tonight. Our Summer'22 cohort, like all others before them, has attracted some of the most ambitious founders working on the most important problems that our society faces. They've been challenged with the kind of return to in real life experiences while also having the unexpected outbreaks and personal illness jumping in their way, but they have come through with some incredible achievements over the last 3 months. And we're going to hear a series of pitches so that you can catch up on what they've been up to and also where they're headed next. So without much ado, I'd like to get started with tonight's proceedings as we kick off our pitches tonight with Steppen.
I first met the Steppen team when they were applying for a different, not as good, accelerator program. I thought to myself, wow, these guys really have a lot to learn. 8 months later, learn they have. The best founders are constantly growing, and Cara, Jake, and Dave have transformed themselves into world-class marketers, leaders, and founders. I'm sure you're going to be as impressed as I am.
Hi Startmate community, my name's Cara Davies. I'm the co-founder and CEO here at Steppen. Steppen exists to solve 2 problems. The first problem is for fitness creators. For fitness creators, building community is hard. No one taught them how to do marketing, engage their followers, or how to monetize their online content. Meanwhile, young digital natives are using social media to discover fitness creators and to engage with their content. They're using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. However, these platforms weren't designed for fitness, so the connection breaks down, leading to a poor experience. At STEPN, we solve for both these problems. We do this by bringing the creator economy to fitness. For creators, STEPN provides the tools for you to interact with your fans, to build your community, and to monetize your online content. And we take the hardest part of being a creator, which is customer acquisition, and we do that for you. Meanwhile, we connect fans to fitness creators perfectly tailored to their unique fitness goals and provide a platform which is designed for perfect fitness content consumption. As of today, we've been downloaded over 240,000 times, and our largest user base is now in the USA. Our creators' content has been saved over 110,000 times, and over 40,000 workouts have been completed on the STEPN platform. During Startmate alone, we acquired over 100,000 new users, and we built our team from 3 co-founders, myself, Jake, and Dave, to now have 11 of us in the team. We also raised our 1.5 million seed round. Over the next 12 months, we're going to hit 1 million downloads, and we're going to help thousands of content creators monetize their community online. STEPN is the #1 fitness creator fan community, and we've reserved the last $100,000 of our seed round for the Startmate ecosystem to fill out. So if you want to hear a bit more about STEPN, hit us up, and we'll tell you why we are not like other fitness apps.
Hi, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Casey Davies, the rockstar founder of Amplifier. Casey was one of the most consistently prepared founders I've squatted with over the cohorts, and mentoring Amplifier was also one of the only times that we used the company's product every single time we met, whether it was working properly or not. We bonded over our shared love and loss of the genuine connections that are born from events. Over the last several weeks, Casey impressed me with the way that he approached challenges when it came to both people and product. So if you've got your investor hat on tonight, pay attention to Amplifier.
Kia ora. My name is Casey, and I'm the co-founder of Amplifier, a virtual event speed networking platform. Our vision is to help the world find belonging through community. I've been a community builder for over 7 years. I've played a strong role in building out the startup ecosystem of New Zealand. I've run hundreds of in-person and online events, and I've been able to connect over 1,200 professionals around the world through introductions. Alex, my co-founder, is our CTO and a remarkable engineer. The elephant in the room is that online events suck. They're usually a one-way lecture where people don't even get the chance to talk to each other. In the small amount of alternatives where there is networking, people get put into random conversations and they don't get to meet the right people. This is what Amplifier does well and is changing the game. People can choose who they want to talk to. They can upvote or prioritize who they want to talk to based on their needs, their interests, their alignment. The result is that the host pushes them into these back-to-back valuable conversations, and they leave the event feeling engaged and wanting to come to the next one. We've been growing quickly. We're solving a deep problem that community builders care about and has a profound impact on the experience for attendees at online events. The result? We've 2x the amount of communities we're working with since we started Startmate. We've 4x the connections that we've made for those communities, and we've 6x'd our annual recurring revenue. We've got some bold plans we want to achieve by the end of 2023. Machine learning powered matching. Imagine dropping someone into a call of 1,000 people and they automatically land on the most valuable conversations for their needs. And there's platform integrations that are going to be a world of difference for the user experience, integrating things like LinkedIn or calendars or even the metaverse. We also want to work with over 10,000 communities and connect over 1 million people by the end of 2023. If you're bold and you want to back a vision that is going to change the world, I invite you to get in touch as we open up our $3 million US seed round. Thank you for listening, and also thank you for all of Startmate and the incredible founders that have been part of this journey.
Hey Startmate fam, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Metric. I'm Chris, one of the mentors who's been supporting Metric during Startmate. Everyone has seen the Dilbert cartoons, and we all know how much time is lost to meetings every single day. Metric is building a solution to make meetings flexible, efficient, enjoyable, and clear. They've logged over 150,000 meetings, and the founders, Paul and Stephen, and their team have spent more than 6 cumulative years thinking about meetings. Over to you, Stephen.
Hi, I'm Stephen, co-founder of Metric. And most meetings suck. And I'm sure you know what I mean. I've been in meetings where nobody's listening, or meetings where everybody's nodding along, but no one's really sure what was just agreed on. Or meetings where I need to present and I feel woefully unprepared. My co-founder Paul and I are putting an end to this. We want every participant in every meeting to feel confident and to feel valued. We want insightful contributions, meaningful actions, and no loose ends. We want you to enjoy your meetings. Now, over the past 2 years, we've launched a series of products. Our most popular is a meeting notes tool that's stuffed with magic, and our users love it. Over 150,000 meeting notes have been recorded in Metric, and we have a growing base of paying customers. Through the 12-week Startmate program, our annual recurring revenues have jumped 60%, and the number of paying customers rose by 26% in the last month alone. Now, there's plenty more to come. We're an ambitious team, all with backgrounds in professional services and with software development skills. All 3 of us have had countless bad meetings, and we don't want any more. Sign up today at metric.app. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taryn Petersey, and it has been my privilege to be part of Just Fund's mentor squad. The co-founders, Jack and Andy, started their careers as lawyers, before Jack helped grow a legal software startup and Andy worked for a global litigation funder. Combining these skill sets over a few pints in a London pub, Just Fund was born. Just Fund launched its first product in the first week of Startmate, and the team has absolutely executed in the past 12 weeks, smashing their Startmate goals. If you want to be part of this journey, on the team or as an investor, please reach out. It is my pleasure to introduce Jack and Andy.
Olivia is a typical Australian. She's 39, has 2 kids, and earns about $75,000 a year. Olivia's getting divorced, and her family lawyer estimates that settling her matter could cost upwards of $30,000. Olivia has no way of affording these fees, and no other options for getting the advice that she needs. There are hundreds of thousands of Olivias in Australia every year, and millions more around the world. Until now, they've been forced to cash in their nest egg, self-represent, or settle early for an amount less than they deserve. At Just Fund, we provide finance to empower people like Olivia to access great lawyers and achieve better outcomes. Our team has worked in this industry our entire careers, first as lawyers, then in legal finance and legal technology businesses. We're so passionate about solving this problem and so excited to take on the $1 trillion global legal market. We launched our first product in mid-January in the first week of Startmate. Since then, we've brought in our first paying customers, financed more than $250,000 worth of legal fees, and grown loan approvals 140% month on month.
We provide our customers with a loan to pay their lawyers' invoices each month, and customers repay Just Fund when their matter resolves. The key to doing this effectively and at scale is our ability to quickly and accurately assess the merits of a case and approve funding. That technology process and decisioning algorithm is the core of our IP. We're launching in the family law market first, and we have the opportunity to apply this solution across the entire global disputes market. Think of the experience of applying for a loan with Athena, Wiser, or Bright in their industries. We're bringing that to legal finance. We've found a massive overlooked market, and we've had customers banging on our door since day one. We're raising to seize on this demand and empower access to justice for millions of people around the world. Over just the next few months, we will help hundreds of people refine our technology and reach $1 million in revenue. We're incredibly excited about this because building Just Fund means having a genuine impact on people's lives. If you're excited by our mission, either as a partner, investor, or customer, we'd love to have a chat. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ben Armstrong from Archangel Ventures. I'm introducing you to Hector and David from ChemCloud. ChemCloud is a chemical marketplace. It connects buyers of chemicals to local and international chemical sellers and allows those chemical sellers to sell online and automate their business. I like the team from the first time I met them. They're analytical, they have deep industry expertise, and they're bringing tech to a low-tech industry. Over to my friends at ChemCloud.
Hi, we're ChemCloud, and we're bringing digital empowerment to one of the world's most remarkable industries, the chemical industry. We might not be aware of it, but chemicals are in everything, from the clothes we wear to the shampoo we use every morning, the clean water we drink, and the fertilizer that nourishes our food. It's a $5.5 trillion global industry whose innovations are going to help drive the world's transition towards a more sustainable future. But for such an innovative industry, sales and procurement is still stuck in the 1990s. I know this because I've lived this problem, managing my family's chemical manufacturing business. Business happens over phone, email, and mountains of paper. What it means? Well, buyers spend days or weeks trying to source their chemical inputs, leave money on the table, and have zero visibility on the status of their orders. For suppliers, they're similarly weighed down by these manual tasks, giving them a very high cost to serve their existing customers and leaving little time for proactive outreach into new markets and to advertise their new technologies. We're solving this problem by bringing these transactions online. On the ChemCloud marketplace, buyers can discover and request quotes for products and place and track orders through to delivery to their door. For suppliers, they can advertise their innovative new technologies on customised shop fronts and automate the quoting process to reduce their cost to serve. The market is ready for this. Since we launched in August 2021, over $1.1 million of chemical raw materials have sold on the ChemCloud platform, and we're growing at a monthly rate of 35%. Our team is a strong one. As I said, I've lived this problem in the chemical industry for years, and Hector's someone I've worked with before and who has experience at BCG and Checkout.com building digital products. To power the growth of ChemCloud, we're looking for 1 to 2 angel investors or strategic advisors with really deep experience in the chemical industry. If this sounds like you, reach us at our website or visit us on LinkedIn and join us on our mission to accelerate the positive impact of one of the world's largest industries.
Hi, my name is Alan Jones. I'm one of the Startmate mentors. I'm here tonight to introduce Benjamin, the founder and CEO of My Geeksters. And chances are, at some point, maybe a couple of times a week, a couple of times a month, you're relying on a gig worker to get you to where you need to go, or to get something to you. Now, we all know that gig working is a very difficult and complicated thing. And most gig workers now have to work across multiple platforms to make a living in some of Australia's most expensive cities. They suffer not just from tremendous financial insecurity, but a real lack of insight into where and when they should be working on which platforms, and then medium and long-term financial advice about what to do to prepare for a more secure financial future. This is a large and growing proportion of the Australian workforce, and we have to do better as a nation, and this is a global problem. But My Geeksters is solving, and the amazing thing about Benjamin and his team is that all of them have been, or perhaps still are, working as gig workers in the gig economy. And this, I think, this lived experience is what is leading to their incredible, greater than 50% week-by-week engagement with their users. Here's Benjamin in his pitch.
Hi, I'm Benjamin, CEO and founder of My Geeksters. Do you know 40% of the global workforce is entering gig economy in the next 3 years? This fast-growing $350 billion economy has some serious challenges. 70% of the gig workers are financially insecure as they navigate through the uncertainties of gig platform. Not just that, 80% of these gig workers do not have income protection and are not prepared for any unexpected financial trouble. At My Geeksters, we are building a global financial service platform for gig economy workers. This matters to me because I came to Melbourne as an international student 7 years ago and started working in different gig platforms into delivery, rideshare, and task-based. Most gig workers are students, new migrants, or people who wanted to earn a side income. The challenge here is the lack of awareness of how to operate as an independent contractor. And most importantly, the access to tools and services such as tax accounting, superannuation, loan, and insurance. My Geeksters is a community-backed platform that enables gig workers to access financial services, helping them become more financially secure. Our platform captures real-time data on gig earnings and expenses. It uses this data to then offer specific insights to maximize their earnings, save money on taxes, and access financial products. During Startmate, our user growth has averaged over 95% month on month, with over half of our users returning back to MyGigsters every week. Not just that, we also negotiated commercial and strategic partnerships with gig platforms such as Uber Eats and Deliveroo, and with workers' unions such as Transport Workers Union and few other gig service providers. So what is next for MyGigsters? Based on our research, we found that 70% of our users struggle with cash flow and have limited or no access to credit. This is mainly because gig workers are not considered credit-worthy due to their inconsistent earning and unstable work pattern. To solve this problem, we will utilize real-time earning and work history data that we currently collect, and with advanced financial insights, we will facilitate cash advance for gig workers. In addition to this, we'll continue to work with our partners to provide other financial services, for example, income protection, superannuation, and vehicle rental. Our vision for MyGigsters is to be the central platform for gig workers across the globe to access financial services. MyGigsters is going to power 1.3 billion gig workers of the future. We are excited to connect with VC, angel investors, and strategic partners to join our journey and scale with us. COVID has unlocked the true potential of the gig economy and has spotlighted the challenges of working as a gig worker. So, the time is now. It is important that we protect and financially secure this rapidly growing workforce. Thank you.
Good morning. My name's Oliver Berger and I'm the Startmate mentor partner for Minky. I'm here to introduce to you the co-founder of Minky, Josh Reyes, who alongside Marcos has just completed this Startmate cohort. I've loved working with Josh as he's clearly someone who's thought through all the angles of what it is they're trying to achieve. He has a clear vision for the short term, the medium term, and the long term of decentralized finance. He's clearly incredibly passionate about the space and he practices what he preaches as he does his life work every day inside the Web3 metaverse. So without further ado, Josh.
Good morning, we're Minky, the easiest way to save and earn up to 20 times more interest on your money with DeFi. I'm Josh, and I've co-founded Minky with Marcos, who's our CTO. We're building Minky based on two core beliefs. One, we can build the first truly global fintech with DeFi, and two, DeFi needs to be drastically more accessible to non-crypto natives. Minky is a Web3 wallet that looks and feels like your favorite fintech. In a few clicks, you can buy stablecoins pegged to the dollar with Apple Pay and start earning interest orders of magnitude higher than your bank. We've created an experience that rivals traditional finance, rather than the broken experience involving convoluted exchanges and browser extensions that exist in Web3 today. But the problem we're solving cuts so much deeper than UX. Minky isn't a bank or financial institution. We're a self-hosted wallet which is global from day one, and you can use us anywhere regardless of borders, barriers, or boundaries. That's a big deal because regulation and infrastructure make it hard to scale consumer finance globally, especially where people need it most. In countries like Brazil and Argentina, it's near impossible to save in US dollars, and over the last decade, Brazilians have lost 60% of their currency's value against a dollar. Whatever savings people have, it's getting totally wiped out by inflation, and in DeFi, there's finally an alternative. And this alternative is growing too. The total value deposited within DeFi has skyrocketed to over $100 billion over the last 2 years. In those 2 years, the leading lending protocols have amassed enough assets to be in the top 100 banks in the US. It's our belief that by the end of the decade, there will be more assets in DeFi than the largest global banks. And with Minky, we're going to be the default way for consumers to access that. Marcos and I are seasoned operators who were previously employee 1 and 4 at SmartMail from Startmate's Melbourne 2017 batch. Throughout the accelerator, we've scaled up a remote team of 8 and built a waitlist of over 20,000 users who are onboarding onto the app now. Over the next 12 months, we're scaling Minky globally to acquire our first 300,000 users. If you want to be a part of our journey, download the app and talk to me after the event.
Hi everyone. Thanks again for joining Startmate's Demo Day. I'm Zach and I'm humbled to introduce Alicia and Pravi. I won't get too much into Pravi because Alicia will tell us all about the problems that Pravi is solving using Web3 technologies such as blockchain. But I will take this opportunity to rave about how determined and innovative of a founder Alicia is. While products and ideas pivot, it's often the founder's grit that makes a company successful, and Alicia has exactly that. Now, over to Alicia to tell us more about Pravi.
Why do I have my competitor, Till Fates, issuing me a cease and desist letter because I'm using an artwork he has the license to? I already got permission from you to use that peacock image on our revolutionary freezer doors.
I don't know, what company's using my art?
Bloody Microsoft. Till says they got a license from some content marketplace 8 months ago. Now, my lawyer is saying that because an exclusive license for use on freezers was already given on your behalf, the painting means nothing because the IP in the painting has already been transferred to bloody Microsoft. And if you don't give me my money back, I will sue the crap out of you and your little art practice.
Hello, besides my alter egos, I'm Alicia, the founder of Pravi. Pravi, short for Provenance, is a Web3 content licensing platform designed to put more of the $690 billion visual content market back into the hands of artists, designers, and photographers by providing transparency to an industry that is screaming for it. Currently, the content industry is splintered for creatives, hard to navigate and dependent on high-trust relationships. So creators and users stumble over the lack of transparency and inefficiencies of that existing system, which ties up a lot of time and money. I know this because I have a unique understanding of the problem, given I worked directly with artists to license their art whilst building my previous startup, an activewear brand that incorporated art into the designs from First Nations artists. By working with the most disadvantaged artists, I was able to develop an in-depth understanding of what barriers they face as well as the industry as a whole. And there is story after story of businesses using art, designs, or photos without a license, which poses a serious threat to their brand, never mind time and money. And this threat is so scary that large companies like Google have to spend anywhere from 3 to 8 months with lawyers to conduct in-house due diligence on image libraries just so their marketing team has content they can use. So by issuing content rights on-chain, creators can know where their content is going and what revenue streams remain for their content. And for users, they can feel more secure. Pravi accomplishes this by offering 3 types of carbon-neutral NFTs with different utilities. The first is your collectible, which is most common in NFT marketplaces today. The second has certain rights attached to it, such as the right to put it onto products. And the third splits revenue between the creative and their fans, allowing their fans to finance them and back them directly and incentivize those fans to promote their work, thereby creating a circular economy. Our finished product is set to launch in a week, so we'd love to talk to people who are passionate about getting creatives more value from their work and reach out and connect. We'd love to show you what we're working on.
I think you'll all agree we've kicked off with a bang after our first 8 pitches tonight. Just like a special event, we're going to pause for a brief intermission for a toilet break, a drinks break. So we'll come back here in 10 minutes to get on with the show and hear our final 8 pitches for the night. Okay, we're into the final stretch for the Summer 22 Accelerator Cohort Demo Day. We're about to hear the final 8 pitches from our cohort this evening, starting with Toneo.
Hi, I'm Hamid Nazari and I'm pleased to introduce to you Toneo. Toneo is an image processing technologies company that makes producing beautiful imagery accessible to anyone. At the core, Toneo is a patented technology that can be packaged and utilized in many use cases, such as in cameras, mobile phones, drones, video editing software, the list goes on. This core technology gives Toneo access to many parallel global markets. Toneo's first product is a color correction software targeted at video content creators, both professionals or hobbyists. In the past few weeks, I've had the pleasure of working closely with Toby and the rest of the Toneo team to focus on releasing and finding product market fit for this first product. Without further ado, I give to you Toneo.
Do you know why the images you see at the cinema look so beautiful? Sure, it's great camera work, but also every frame is coloured by a professional who takes hours fine-tuning each image. Here you can see video with and without colour correction. The thing is, the technology that is used to do this is ancient and time-consuming. I'm Toby, the co-founder of Toneo, and this example is just one application of our technology. Toneo software integrates with existing editing tools. Filmmakers can easily use it on their footage, giving them professional results at a fraction of the time and cost. We are delivering the skills of a Hollywood colorist to video content creators globally. Professional colorists charge $300 an hour manipulating the colors of their video from the recorded versions to what people see on their screens. It involves a lot of really complex science and can take up to 10 hours to color grade a 30-second commercial. Here you can see our software at work integrated into Adobe Premiere. Instead of lots of manual steps where you need color grading knowledge, you can just tell Toneo what camera you shot on, then drag Toneo onto your clip and it instantly applies beautiful color correction. Our first market is professional videographers who color grade. This market is estimated at 20 million and growing. Toneo is currently in private beta with 180 of these video professionals and they love it. A yearly license for them is $149. We're a team of media professionals, color scientists and developers. This patented technology was developed out of a European university and when tested head-to-head against industry leaders such as Dolby, Toneo came out on top. Today, we are fixing color in post-production. Tomorrow, we'll be the first choice for anyone creating moving images, from film productions to game developers, metaverse builders, mobile phones, televisions and monitors. Our mission is to create the best image results across all those industries. Join us on this journey and we ask you to introduce us to videographers and filmmakers to try our product and visit us at toneocolor.com.
Hi, I'm Soleil Valiapan, Head of Early Stage Investing at Tiger Financial Group. We invest and advise tech companies from the seed stage to IPO. Our companies scale globally in climate tech, fintech, and enterprise software. For example, we helped Tritium from seed to this year's NASDAQ listing and are also on the board. I'm a mentor for Kara Technologies, and co-founders Arash Tayebi, Sahar Izadi, and Fadmer Farhour are building tech to make content accessible to sign language users. During their time at Startmate, they've demoed their emergency solutions product, kicked off customer discussions with US government departments, and have done a first close of their seed round. You'll hear shortly from their CEO Arash, who is partially deaf himself, and will share how they're using technology to enhance accessibility.
Hi, my name is Arash from Kara Technologies. Let me introduce you to Alan. Alan is from Kara and he is signing in New Zealand Sign Language. Alan is not a human, but why Alan needed anyways? You ever wonder why all major announcements still have in-person doing sign language? Especially in the world where there are real-time transcription services available. It's because deaf people have much lower reading comprehension due to the sign language being their first language. The problem is that there are a limited number of sign language interpreters available today. And this is a huge problem. Content and information are growing exponentially. For example, every minute 500 hours of new content are uploaded on YouTube. Sign language translation costs in the United States 1.2 billion per year, and still the majority of information is missed out. Here at Kara, we develop a solution that can provide instant sign language translation of text or audio using hyper-realistic avatars and machine learning algorithms. We are filling the gap. Our vision is, within 5 years, is to make all the content and information accessible to the sign language users. We have validated our solution by doing pay pilot worth of $200,000. We will be a B2B business selling to a corporation, not to the deaf community, and we will be using SaaS model. We just closed our bridge round, but it's a rolling close, and we have accepting oversubscription due to overwhelming interest. If you want to be involved with a company who is not just making money, but making a difference so everyone can be included, get in touch.
It's really rare as a mentor to be able to advise a startup that's both going to do a ton of good for humanity and make billions of dollars, but that's Maslow. In a couple of years, I'm very confident that millions of people will be using Maslow to care for people with traumatic injury, the aging, people with autism, and many other problems, because in their time at Startmate, while they've doubled their customer base, which is really great, they've also built a growth loop into the product that you see in case studies from early days at Dropbox and Slack, where every new patient opens access to a new clinic, which opens access to many more patients, which opens up access to even more clinics. And they've already grown from 1 to 16 clinics during their time at Startmate, and by next year, I'm sure it's going to be thousands more. So congrats to the whole team, Andrew, Nitin, Ilya. You've done an amazing job, and enjoy the ride.
1 in 5 globally are living with a disability. Maslow's goal is to become the disability care and rehab platform of choice, first in Australia and then the world. We're a team of therapists, support workers, and people with disabilities. We've connected with thousands in the ecosystem experiencing the same challenges we've faced every single day. So you can trust us when we say the disability service ecosystem has become fragmented. The 4.4 million Australians with disabilities and their 19,000 service providers simply lack the tools to effectively deliver remote care and rehab in the home. To address these challenges, our team created Maslow. Maslow is a mobile platform that makes it easy for people with disabilities to manage care and rehab from home. Users can remotely access therapy programs from all their therapists. They can train and coordinate large teams of support workers and easily communicate with the entire team in one easy place. Maslow's charges a subscription to the end user, and because it's been shown to improve quality of life, it's been fully subsidized not only by the NDIS, but by many other accident and disability insurers as well. In 2021, we showed there's already clear demand for Maslow. During Startmate, we set out to untap a viral referral loop. This resulted in our users inviting 500 of their therapists. We partnered with and rolled out Maslow to 16 new service providers who went on to refer 130 new paying users in the course of just the last 3 months. This means that during Startmate, we 5x'd our growth rate to $160K in annually recurring revenue. We are just scratching the surface of the disability market. Imagine what we could do with your support. We're raising a pre-seed right now of $750K to accelerate this referral loop and to grow from $160K to $1 million in ARR before the year is over. So if you're an early stage investor and you want to come on this journey with Maslow to become the care and rehab platform of choice for people with disabilities, let's have a chat.
Hello, I'm Steve Bradley, and I'm delighted to introduce Matthew Stead of Ping Monitoring. Ping was already a well-established international business when it came to Startmate, and Matthew was very clear on what he wanted to achieve from the program. That was to turbocharge the sales around the world. And I'm delighted to say that over the last few months, he has significantly increased the capacity of the sales team. The number of opportunities around the world has grown very significantly and does include some very, very large but sensitive opportunities that he cannot talk about yet. We are very confident that the future of Ping is very bright. Thanks.
My friend is a wind whisperer. Together we stand at the base of a wind turbine. It's noisy. The blades slice through the air and we can hear distant cars. That one, my friend says, pointing above us, that is the blade that is damaged. My friend's official title is a wind turbine technician, but we call him the wind whisperer because he can actually hear when there is blade damage. Unfortunately, he can't stand at the base of every wind turbine around the world and help save $500 million per year. My name's Matthew Stead. I am the CEO and co-founder of Ping Monitor. And Ping Monitors do what technicians do and can hear when there is blade damage. Wind turbines are amazing, but the blades do get damaged because they're made from fiberglass, balsa wood and carbon fibre. It's much like the chip on the windscreen of a car. It starts small and gets much bigger if you don't do anything to address it. The Ping radically increases the inspections from once every 12 months to continuously. And wind farm operators are no longer flying blind. We save 30% of blade maintenance costs and stop wind turbines falling over. As we transition to renewable energy, we need 5 million wind turbines, or 10 times the existing. This also means we need to change the way that we manage them. Others have tried to solve this problem, but we've had a novel breakthrough using sound. Our business model is a hardware as a service, and our customers install the system in less than 1 minute after we post it to them. Our vision is to master the wind turbine market before we expand our technology to other verticals like mining and rail. And in the last 12 weeks, we've grown our ARR by 78%, increased our 12-month sales pipeline to over $2 million, and have 600 systems installed in 15 countries. And I'm really excited to announce that we've just closed our $2 million seed round. And because of the growth we are seeing now, we are looking for introduction to clean tech Series A investors. So please do ping me.
Hi, I'm Kristen Vaughan from Verescent Ventures, here to introduce you to Rui Peng, co-founder and CEO of Critical. I first met Critical around 12 months ago and was blown away by Rui. He had such clarity of purpose, a values-driven approach that was embedded throughout the business, and was so driven to succeed. Fast forward to today, and I've been fortunate to see Rui and his co-founder Adam Ransfield in action as part of the Critical Mentor Squad. Critical is unlocking the plastic circular economy by addressing two key issues. Firstly, economics, by using mixed, otherwise difficult to recycle plastics as inputs. And secondly, demand, by creating beautiful functional materials that people want designed into their buildings. It's my pleasure to hand over to Rui Peng, co-founder and CEO of Critical.
In 1894, the Times once predicted that in 50 years, every street in London will be buried under 9 feet of manure. The problem? Horse waste. The International Urban Planning Commission at the time couldn't find a solution, and it seemed that urban civilization was doomed, drowning in horse waste. Today, the world produces nearly 1,000 times in plastic waste each year, and only 9% is recycled. Our plastics problem feels a bit like horse shit, doesn't it? In New Zealand, businesses are responsible for over 83% of all plastics to landfill, and construction is the single biggest culprit. But we as customers, investors, and employees are putting pressure on big brands to take ownership. which is why they have made public plastic zero commitments for the coming decade and beyond. However, the product and the technology does not yet exist, until now. Critical has built a technology platform to transform all 24 types of plastic waste into our first product, the Critical Cleanstone, a range of beautiful and durable 100% recycled plastic panels for building fit-outs. It is the eco-disruptor to the $938 billion global timber and fiberboard markets. Our Unibond technology turns contaminated plastic waste into panels that can take a beating while offsetting approximately 1.4 tons of carbon for every ton of plastics recycled. We can then endlessly customize material look and feel to create unique brand stories, and at the end of life, we buy back our panels and recycle them into new cleanstones again and again and again. Our long-term goal is to put critical microfactories in every town in the world. Since week 0, we've closed over 50,000 in sales and are negotiating new pilots with big companies like McDonald's, KFC, Woolworths, and Westfield. We're closing out letters of intent with the Warehouse Group and business relocations looking for large product quantities over 1,000 unit orders in the next year. And we are currently in negotiations with 2 lead investors. Over the coming months, our next steps are to close out funding, secure nationwide contracts to reach our sales target of 4,400 products per year, ramp up production and capability to deliver on contracts, and build the blueprint to scale our microfactories beyond. It took only 12 years, the length of a VC round, to solve the great horse manure crisis of 1894. We are looking for introductions to the heads of sustainability of big businesses to partner with us before this shit hits the fan.
Hello out there to all the founders, investors and operators watching this live from around the world. It gives me great pleasure today to introduce to you Lily Dempster from One Small Step. Over the past weeks, I've watched Lily continue to build an amazing climate tech startup and free mobile app that harnesses human behaviour to achieve net zero emissions. Considering the current state of the environment and the impact we humans are having on it, I think more than ever, the statement necessity is the mother of invention rings true. And the world needs more entrepreneurs like Lily Dempster.
Hi, I'm Lily, the CEO and founder of One Small Step. And I care about the climate crisis. A lot. I bet you do too. But it's overwhelming. Does composting make a difference? Should I be donating to Greenpeace or protesting against new coal mines? Which of my choices matter? Do any of them matter? For most people, they've already got too much on their plate. Contending with the climate crisis feels confusing and futile. Yet households contribute over 60% of all carbon emissions. Hundreds of millions of people now form part of the rapidly growing eco-conscious consumer market. This group wants a tool that helps them become part of the solution to the climate crisis. And One Small Step is this tool. We've started with a mobile app, a free and easy way to manage your carbon emissions and take control of your environmental impact. It personalizes to you and guides you through every step you need to take to achieve net zero emissions. It uses behavioral science to make it simple, social, and rewarding to adopt the recommended changes. It's live in the US and Australia, and it really works. We've had 25,000 registered users save an average 1,000 kilograms, an average 10% reduction in their annual carbon footprint, and users have already shifted over $6 million into green finance institutions. With Startmate, we set out to achieve product market fit, and we've now done that. Within 3 months, we took our NPS score from 4 to 20. Our month-on-month user growth now sits at 25%. We're growing by over 2,000 new users a month at a $4 cost per install. And we've added 10 affiliate partners to the platform, taking affiliate click-throughs from 10% to 40% of active users. What's next? We're ready to skyrocket our growth. We're scoping out a potential $4 million capital raise to help us grow our team, scale in the US, and monetize the app. What's on the horizon? Imagine eliminating all of the emissions from the global aviation industry for good. Now double that number. That's the impact One Small Step can have in 10 years. I hope you'll join us on the journey.
Trust and understanding in the world begins with how we educate our children. I've got good news. Our education system is about to be transformed.
Well, John, the curriculum here is set. It's proven it works. If you question it, what's to prevent them from doing the same?
I always thought the idea of education was to learn to think for yourself.
Chris Huang is a transformative entrepreneur. He has a fantastic passion and vision for the future of education. Education for the individual, because one size doesn't fit all. I give you Chris Huang, CEO of Adapt Education.
13 years. That's how long we spend at school. And so much of that time is spent learning how to answer questions on standardized tests, like this one. That we don't ask young people life's most important questions, like, where do I want to go in life? What do I enjoy doing? And what am I uniquely good at? Why is it that so many young people leave school not knowing what they want to do, only to find themselves in a job that they hate, but they know how to answer this question? You see, I was one of these young people, and it wasn't until I quit my job at the age of 24 to follow my heart into education that I found meaning in life and started to feel like I was making a true difference in the world. What if our education system enabled every young person to discover their why while they were at school? This is the problem we're solving at Adapt. Our mission is to empower young people to discover their why and blaze their own trails. Our learner profile helps students find unique pathways, communicate about who they are, capture experiences that can be used to generate portfolios and CVs, and connect them to learning opportunities outside of school. That's not all. Teachers get this. We've already had 60,000 students, 5,000 teachers, over 70 schools sign up, and we're now generating over 500K in ARR. We're a mission-driven team with years of shared experience in education, technology, and startups between us. We're opening our seed round soon to help us get our learner profile into the hands of all Australian students, partner with key course providers, and get our learner profile accepted by universities as an alternative to the standardized test score they call the ATAR. So, if you're interested to join us on this mission, email me at chris@adapt.education.
Hi, I'm Caleb, and I've had the absolute pleasure of mentoring Lockpick Games across Startmate. It's always incredible to see a formidable founder at work, and that's exactly what it's been like watching Tash over the last few months, whether it's cold DMing parents on Facebook Messenger for days on end, or building and launching a video game with no prior technical background in less than 3 weeks, or building a team of education experts, of video game creators, and of software engineers around her. Tash is a force of nature, and she's the type of founder who everyone wants to support. And what she's building is unique as well, and I've seen it in action. I have a younger sister who's 12 years old, she's an internet baby, and she's almost biologically attached to her phone. So to get us to sit down and study, let alone do anything, is a bit of a stretch. But she played Marble Mansion, and what she said to me was that if homework was like this, she'd actually look forward to sitting down and doing homework and studying daily. And that's the magic behind Lockpick Games. It's that what if, instead of doing homework, instead of getting a tutor, instead of getting a boring textbook, you could play a game for hours on end and get the same educational outcome. I'll let Tash take it away from here.
Hey folk, I'm Tash Jamison, founder of Lockpick Games. Standardized tests are a global staple. There are 1.5 billion students across the world, all doing standardized tests all of the time. And the results of these tests can literally determine a person's future opportunities. So, with so much at stake, why are the current options to prepare stressful, expensive, or even worse, boring? I recently went through this experience with my stepson. Check this out. This is the textbook I was told to buy him to help him prepare. What 10-year-old is going to willingly do this over hanging out with friends or playing video games? So I decided to combine something kids already love, video games, with something they need a reason to love, studying for standardized tests. So we created an online adventure game, but to move through the game, you have to solve problems, and these just happen to be problems from the students' upcoming test. Our first game launched just 12 weeks ago. Over 1% of all test takers used our game to prepare themselves for the 2022 New South Wales Selective School Test, and that was with $0 marketing dollars spent. This year, we're launching 4 new study games, which gives us access to 8 million students globally per annum. So, how can you help us help students get ahead in school and life? 1. Introduce us to teachers. Do you teach in an Australian high school or primary school? Why, yes. Do your students have to sit the NAPLAN tests this year? Yes, they are. Do you want to pilot a cool way to help them prepare for the test? Of course, I'd love that. Awesome. Can I introduce you to someone? 2. Introduce us to investors in EdTech, especially those with a global footprint. Hey, you're an investor in EdTech, yeah? Yeah, I am. And you have a global footprint? Yeah, I do. And you're looking for good deals to invest in about 6 months from now, yeah? Absolutely. Do you mind if I introduce you to someone? Sure. And help us unlock the potential in any student, no matter where they started from.
And that's a wrap. Congratulations to our Summer 22 Accelerator founders. I'm sure you all feel that the past 12 weeks have absolutely flown by. That's true. But what's important is to acknowledge the truly phenomenal growth you've all experienced. Each and every one of you have accelerated your companies to new heights and have set yourself up for growth in 2022. I speak on behalf of everyone tuning into Demo Day when I say I can't wait to see what you accomplish next. For those at Melbourne, Sydney or Auckland watch parties, the night is just beginning. Have another drink, enjoy some music, and have a chat with our Summer 22 founders. They are easy to spot. They are the ones with the gold party hats. For those tuning in virtually, you'll be able to meet a few of our founders at our virtual after party in Gathertown. I hope you all enjoyed tonight. Thank you for being a part of this very special Demo Day.